Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so freaking stoked to show you exactly how to do the perfect money piece that no one else is doing. What's up? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to share with you this technique because it's like nothing else out there that's teaching you about money pieces. There's so much people just concentrating on this front piece, but guess what? Psst. It's not about just that piece. It's how you highlight the whole head that makes that piece pop. And that's what I'm gonna walk you through step by step today in this new video. First things first, I get my clay lightener out. This is a must with this technique. If you want to know exactly how I mix up my clay lightener to get the best benefits, well, go ahead and check out this video right here. It's going to make such a huge difference in the ease of application, how it gets on, the amount of lift. So many people aren't getting the max amount of lift, and you're going to want to go see the tricks and secrets that manufacturers do not want you to know about how to mix your clay lightener so that your application is smooth and seamless. All right, so you can see here I have Becky Walters making his cameos in my YouTubes. We know he's a fan favorite around here. So I like to take triangle. So here's the thing, is that the money piece, why the heck am I teaching about a money piece and I'm starting at the nape? Because the money piece has everything to do with the rest of the head of highlights. The way you highlight the rest of the head determines how much pop that money piece gets. Now you can see Becky doesn't have a ton of roots, but we can still make that money piece pop. So I'm starting at the nape here, getting some brightness so that when she pulls her hair back in a ponytail, that money piece isn't just one big skunk stripe. I want to make sure that her hair looks good from every single angle. So I'm going through and making sure I paint that hairline really good. You can see my triangle inspired sections. I have so many other YouTube videos all about balayage, how to section, how to deal with it on brunettes, how to do color correction. You're definitely going to want to check those out. But I'm making sure her hairline is seamless so there aren't any dark patches. Then once I go around that hairline, I'm coming in and I'm taking triangle inspired sections. You can see there, dipping it out, getting a triangle so that, and lots is left out to create dimension. This is the key thing when creating your money piece plan. This is the thing, the money piece isn't just, like I said, I'm gonna say that, you're gonna hear me say this a lot of times in this video. It's not just about those front pieces. It's the plan and strategy that you make throughout the whole head of hair. So I'm actually, you can see quite a bit of her natural colors grown out. So I'm leaving a lot of that out for depth because here's the analogy. You ready for it? You know, if you've been around here a while, you know your girl Dawn loves a good analogy. If you have 3 different shades of white, so you have white, off-white, pearl white, and you put those 3 pieces of paper, they're paper, I forgot to tell you that part. You put those 3 pieces of paper side by side. They all kind of look slightly different, but not one of them really pops, right? They all kind of look the same. But if you have if you put a black piece of paper in between each of them, all of a sudden you see the difference. And so that's the same with hair. If you don't have depth and dimension and to make those to make those light pieces pop, then they're not gonna pop. And that's the most important part of this. I'm keeping a lot of her natural hair out. I see so many hairstylists over highlight out of fear of not giving enough. But remember, the overall look, you need that depth and dimension in there in order for those highlights to pop. When you over highlight, you actually make it look less bright, believe it or not. I know that seems counterintuitive, but a lot of those clients that are like, it's not bright enough, it's because they're not seeing contrast. You need to be able to see contrast. So I'm working my way up the back, you can see I'm kind of going in at perpendicular sections to the last one. I make sure the part kind of breaks into at a 90-degree angle to the last part to make sure things are going balanced, that I can bricklay. I'm going quite close up to the root in the back, but you'll see the last section I will drop it down a little bit so that we have room for that money piece to be the highest piece. The money piece at the front, this is an important part of this, should be the highlights that are closest to the scalp out of the whole head of hair. So you want to make sure you drop down as you get higher up to the crown of the head where you see the part. You want to make sure to drop your highlights down farther. Now, I know it seems scary, like, well, Dawn, all the highlights underneath are higher. That's okay, they're underneath. So here you can see that crown, taking it in my hand, and I'm gonna apply lower, which gives that more rooted look for Becky. And so you can actually, those pieces just underneath, you can see go higher, but with this, it creates a U-shaped look with those other two highlights underneath that create a more rooted look, which then results in that money piece really, really popping. So there you can see that rooted look. Now I'm going on to the side of her head. I'm gonna, once again, getting that hairline. I wanna make sure that the money piece isn't just, one little width of a foil. It's the whole hairline, all the way back to the back. When her hair comes over her shoulder, I want that money piece in the front to continue and connect to the hair that comes over her shoulder from those first two pieces I did in the back. So the money piece is a whole head ordeal. You can see cutting in perpendicularly, making sure that I pull back so I can get her full hairline so that when she pulls her hair back, there's not a big dark space or nothing looks chunky. It looks seamless and smooth. When she puts her hair in a ponytail, it looks blonde throughout the whole hairline. That's the most important part. The hairline is the money piece. It's not just what you see when the hair's down. So here's a nice close-up to see how I do that hairline with the hair painting. The blend is only for this, and I don't have to shadow root her. That's the best part. The blend is only that first inch, and then you can see the clay lightener is completely opaque. You don't see any hair through it. That means I'm going to get max lift. I get more lift with clay lightener than anyone else I've ever seen because of the way I apply it, because of the way I mix it up. So make sure you go check out my video on how to mix up clay lightener. Now I'm going into the recession area here. So you can see as I'm angling back this piece, making sure around the hairline, you can see how her last two highlights, you can tell how when she pulls her hair back, it's gonna look nice and consistent. So not only does the money piece look good when it's down, but we wanna make sure that it looks good when it's pulled up too. So her full hairline is getting covered. I'm getting this, you can see how thick I'm applying that lightener. Now here's the really important piece. I'm taking this section because this is the part that's most important, and this is what no one else is teaching. I'm gonna get around the hairline, but I'm also gonna get around the back, so it's kind of getting two sides. You can't do this with foils at all. So watch here as I apply on the front there, going really close up, making sure the hairline's consistent. I don't have to pull through as much because it's already been previously highlighted. And it's not just about doing that part, but now I'm gonna move over, bring the section down, and then boom, it's three-dimensional money piece, a three-dimensional money piece. So when her hair's back, you're gonna see it, and when her hair's down, you're gonna see it, and it's gonna be smooth, and it's gonna be bright and bold, but not chunky, and it's gonna have this look of like somehow it naturally just happened with the sun, this bright pop piece that pops in the front. So this is the most important part, is you wanna get both sides of that section. You can't do that with foils. I'm just surface painting here, laying it down super careful. And then you're gonna see how I'm gonna take the next section and how it compounds on this. So I'm taking this section and I'm going to apply with an angle so that when her hair's down, there's still some pop to it. But we're also gonna make sure that it's partnered with contrast and depth right beside it. So I want this to kind of blend and continue into that money piece, but I want to make sure that depth of her roots is there. So you can see how that just falls in line with the money piece, but I'm creating a pocket of depth right there so that that money piece has a chance to pop. If I put another highlight right there, the piece wouldn't pop at all. And that's why I'm saying, like, throughout the whole head, you need to leave a lot of hair out, and it's okay because it makes those light pieces appear brighter and the illusion of lighter hair. So I'm going over to this side and I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'm gonna make sure I get around the hairline so it's not just when her hair's down, but when her hair's pulled up, there's no dark pieces or chunks left out. It's a seamless, smooth application. And then I'm gonna come to the other side. I'm gonna angle it so that when her hair's down or up, it looks baller. It's gonna be so, so good. So you can see here, I get that recession really good. And then also on top, when her hair's down, it's gonna pop, or you're gonna be able to see it. It's nice and bright. I carefully lay it down. You can see here from the aerial view how I create the depth, where I'm highlighting. I take that next section back here, a triangle based section. Remember, hair doesn't fall perfectly in place with perfect partings, so why do we take perfect partings? I know for those of you technical people, this is probably driving you bananas, but I really go with the flow and the partings and the natural texture of the hair. So making sure this highlight is dropped down farther, creating that depth in there, and getting it nice and smooth, fully getting the clay lightener on the ends so that her ends really pop and are bright, and then keeping her natural root out there on the top. So here's where I'm getting closer to that money piece again. So I'm sectioning it, getting my lightener on the back of my hand, applying to the flat side of my brush. So again, if you want to learn more about how I balayage and how it's different and the different results and more impact that you can get, go ahead and check out some of my other videos on my channel here. So applying, creating the blend, making sure I leave a lot of root out there for depth so that we can see that contrast of that money piece. So here's that last section, and I'm like, you know what? It's okay. So I just leave it. So here is the final application. You can see so much root is left out behind the money piece. There's way more depth. The rest of the highlights are dropped down. There's a lot of hair left out once it goes into focus, you know, cameras. There we go. Lots of hair left out, lots of root so that that money piece can pop. This is the most important thing that no one else is teaching. The money piece is the entire hairline. That's why when you saw at the beginning, I went right up to the hairline in the back. I went right around the hairline all the way through. But inside the internal part of the hair, so there you can see the hairline right close up, also underneath in her nape, the hairline is completely done because the hairline is the money piece. Now, here's my secret weapon. This is how I check clay lightener. You want to make sure your client closes their eyes. Once it's dry, I start scratching it with my fingernail, and you can see there, it's pretty bright. It's lifted really well because my blend is only like half an inch long. The biggest mistake I see when people are doing open air balayage is they're creating too long of blends and they're only getting max lift on the ends. But create your blend, make your blend shorter. And the best thing about this is that blend is built into her highlight, so I don't have to shadow root at all. And you'll see how it looks like there's a shadow root, but I didn't have to shadow root. It's the most kick-ass time-saving, product-saving, cost-saving technique that you can do with the best impact, and it's less hard on your hair. Balayage is like a slow cooker, and foils are like a hot oven. Now, I'm not saying foils are bad, but if people have brittle hair or easily damaged hair, fine hair like Becky here, you're definitely going to want to use balayage for sure. This form of balayage, absolutely, because the chance that most of my clients after 2 years of getting balayage this way, and I can go straight to the root. Go check out how I balayage bangs, and that's straight up to the root. But most clients after 2 years said my hair feels thicker and fuller and healthier because it's not as drying. So here I'm washing Becky's hair, giving her the ultimate salon treatment, and then you'll see I'm going to tone next. To tone, I use Redken Shades EQ because it's not going to bump her base at all. It was a little bit warm, so I used 9T, 9V to use on her hair to give it more that cool tone. I shake it up and I apply it right on. Like I said, no word of a lie, I do not shadow root. I can apply it right on her whole hair. I can't wait for you to see the end result. Gonna love it. Boom. There we go. And this is an indoor lighting. So I actually have outdoor lighting coming right away just to show you the difference. But look how like literally no shadow root. It looks like there is one. It looks beautiful. It looks bright. You can see her hair. Look at that hairline back there. Contrast. Wait till she turns around. Holy freaking cow. It's so good. She loves it. There's that nice bright piece in the front. Those roots create depth. This is great because money pieces lots of times people think have to be for quite long hair, but this is great. And just wait till you see it in natural lighting. It's amazing the difference that lighting creates, and a before and after is coming for you right away. There, look at that. So here's her before when she started, and here's the after. You can see it's still very soft and subtle. We got it a lot brighter, a lot cooler, and you're gonna see in the front how much more pop. Look at that hairline. It's amazing the difference it makes and how natural lighting makes such a difference. Her hairline is so freaking awesome. Look at it before, look at it now. She's getting goofy. I love it. Becky's a good friend of mine and I'm so thankful she let me use her hair, but that money piece really pops in the front there with her roots next to it. It looks soft. It doesn't look chunky. It looks like it could just naturally be your hair, but there's this like nice bright pop, and you see her roots right next to it there, which make it pop. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're gonna try it. Please let me know if you're gonna try this technique, and I wanna tag me on Instagram. Just let me see your work. I'd love to see it. You can follow me over there at dawnbradleyhair. You can follow me on any platform at dawnbradleyhair. I hope you enjoyed this. I really wanna hear, let me know in the comments below what you thought and what other videos you'd like to see from me in the future. Look at that hairline. It's so freaking awesome. I'm so excited. The seamlessness, the smoothness. You can't tell that she got her hair colored, but you know it's been colored. Awesome. Have a great week, and we'll see you here next Monday.